Hi, Stampin' friends. It's Chris Slogar from BuckeyeInklings.com. And it's been a while. I've been away a little longer than expected. We had some family issues that came up before the holidays and then the holidays, and I had foot surgery in January. So one thing after another for a while. And as far as Stampin' Up goes, I was just doing our team events and customer contact and thank yous. Haven't had a lot of creative time. So I apologize for that. I would like to get back to projects and posts and videos, but I may not be able to fully get back to it until early summer. I'll try to do something creative here once in a while, but just so you know, that's what's been going on. Thanks to those of you who've reached out to check on me. So one thing, while I have the opportunity, I'll point out something that's still going on through the end of March, and that is our Savings Are in Bloom promotion. The biggest thing in here is our cute little mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. That's the little guy that's really portable and easy to carry around with you. That is 20% off, and so it's $48. Okay, the other one is portable too, but this is just really easy to grab and move around with. So that's a handy little addition. Might be a nice Mother's Day gift to ask for, or if you have a special occasion coming up, that kind of thing. I always encourage people to make their wish lists for their loved ones. Then there are a handful of bundles that have smaller dies that work well with that. That's how they pick them, that are also 20% off instead of the usual 10% that you get off a bundled group of stamps and dies. So just keep that in mind. You can see those all in the store if you're interested. And I'm still sending, I've got the free Rhinestone Waves Basic Jewels. Those are the blue ones from our promotion, the Wave promotion. And I'll send those. That'll come separate from your order with a $35 order in March of 2022. So if you're watching this later, that has passed. Okay, but let's get to the card that I want to show you today. This is so fun. We did this in our team meeting this week, and it was presented by Terry Meehan. She is one of my uplines, and I thought it was cute and different from anything I've seen before, so I thought I'd present it here as well. It's a pop-up card, and then it's really nice for display because then it would stand and show this, this front, whatever you have featured on the front. I have a greeting on the back. But let's get started with that. It's a center pop-up card, I think is what she called it. Okay, so the base pieces I have in Balmy Blue, and they are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 for the back, and 4 1/4 by 10 1/4 for the long piece that gets folded up. All right, then I also have basic white, and this is for the greeting on the back. That is 4 by 5 1/4. And one of my designer paper pieces is also 4 by 5 1/4. And then I have a 4-inch square of designer paper and a 4-inch square of window sheet. And I'll show you, you could probably get away with a smaller piece. I'll show you later when we are using that, how. Okay, I'm using this designer paper is from the Abstract Beauty Collection. So pretty and bright with some golds and, pretty spring colors. So there's that. And then one of the sets that I really loved, I actually didn't invest in too much because of all the things I had going on. I knew I wouldn't have a lot of creative time, but this is a set, Flowering Rain Boots, and it's coordinating dies that I just love. So we're using that today, and I've got those as my focal point. And then I have a birthday greeting from Paradise Palms. This little happy birthday is just really a great size and font. All right, so let's get started. We'll start with these pieces. I'm going to take that white piece and stamp my greeting, and Oh, I also pulled one of my favorite sentiments. You can use, obviously, whatever you want for your sentiments, from Welcoming Window, which kind of goes with the Sending Sunshine for a Beautiful Birthday. I thought that was kind of nice with the rain boots and the April showers kind of theme. Okay, so I am stamping that in Just Jade. And let's see, do I need to stamp anything else on? No, just in Misty Moonlight. Okay, so I'm going to do my little seed packet and flower pot in Polished Pink and Misty Moonlight. So I'm going to do the seed packet first. And just to plan for size, I've kind of got my pot here ready so I can see how these are going to go together, because then I want the pot here, and it's going to be like that seed packet is leaning up against the pot. And this is just so easy since this is square. I can easily mask that seed packet with the corner of a Post-it note and then stamp my flower pot there and have a cute little look. Okay, let's see. Well, I've got the Misty Moonlight out. I will do the greeting, the happy birthday on the front. Like I said, that was from Paradise Palms. So let me get that ready since we're stamping. And then we'll go to the card construction. So I've got the double oval punch. This is a very handy punch for these little greetings. Get the happy birthday. And then I'm going to get a scalloped oval from Just Jade. Okay, so that's all ready. Okay, so let's get to the meat of the project here. I've already prepared, by the way, those rain boots and the tulip stems in flowers. And I love to make these rain boots on printed paper, so on the designer paper. So this is also, this polka dot pink that you see in the background is also from that same collection, Abstract Beauty. Okay, so we have the card base, and I'm going to go ahead and put this greeting piece on what will be the back side. Okay, this is the 4 by 5 1/4 kind of standard insert size that'll just go on the back of the card. And then I've also got the 4 by 5 1/4 that shows through the window here for the front of the card. Okay, and then the long piece, we're going to score at a 3/4 inch interval around each end to make these box sections. Okay, so we're going to score at 3/4, 1 1/2, 2 1/4, and 3 on each end. And instead of working my way back from this end, I want to make sure these two ends are exactly the same and construct the same way. So I'm going to flip that around and do the same thing. 3/4, 1 1/2, 2 1/4, and 3. Okay, for my score lines. And then what I need to do is plan this centerpiece and the opening with the window. You could have the window with or without a window sheet. I kind of like it because I could put some things on the window, like my little embellishment here, the square gem. Okay, so we need to cut the window and we need to cut the circle in the center section of that long piece. So let me grab my Big Shot. One thing to notice, this doesn't have to be a circle, but you should try to keep within the limits of this opening with the size. Okay, so the distance between these box sections is 2 3/4 inches. So I'm actually on this card going to bump up to 2 5/8 and 2 3/8 inch circle from my layering circles dies. Okay, so that's a little bigger than the one I did here, and we'll see which way we like it better. Okay, so what we need to do first is cut the larger circle from the center of the designer paper piece that will be on the front. Okay, so let me grab my big shot, and I'm going to center that circle in that space. This is my 4-inch square of designer paper. Again, this is the larger of the dies. You could also do like a little frame if you want to make like your own scallop frame, or you know, modify that look to what you want it to be. But I like this. Okay, and then what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and attach this to that center section. So between the two score lines that define the center, I'll use some liquid glue here so I can easily go around the circle. And I'm going to go ahead and stick that right down so that when we cut the opening through the balmy blue piece, we're going to know we have really good alignment. Okay, so I'm going to take that smaller circle now and center it within the other cut circle, and this one will just cut the balmy blue. And that creates our opening. And what we'll do then is add the window piece to the back. Okay, so this is where I was saying I've got a 4-inch square of window sheet. You could have a smaller piece just so that it covers, you know, so that it is larger than the opening. Now, I do like to have some border here because I'm going to put adhesive out there. That gives me some room for my adhesive. I'm using my Stampin' Seal Plus for this since it's a little sturdier adhesive to make sure that comes together. And I'm even going to put a light line of glue around the circle opening so nothing, you know, pokes in there. And then cover this. Again, we're centering basically in that center section. Okay, so we have that window built now, and we just need to do our box sections that make this such a sturdy pop-up and stand-up kind of card. Okay, so I'm going to go down the line here and make sure that these are all folding so that this is in great alignment. All right, as I go down the line. Okay, and that's going to create our little box sections here that we're dealing with. And you want to make sure when you build them that they will fold flat. Okay, so sometimes when you have a 3/4 inch dimension all the way around, it's hard for that last little tail to fit in there because the fold takes up a little room. So what I'm going to do on this, where it's not wanting to really fold flat, I'm going to just take my snips and trim down this edge and take a bit of that off so that I don't have that problem. I want that to lay really flat. And it's better to figure that out before you assemble it so that when you go to fold this for to put it in the envelope, it will lay flat. Okay, let's see how this one does. I got a little bit of the same issue on the other side too, so, and again, that's just because each one of those sections is exactly 3/4 of an inch, so let me just take a little bit off over there too. Okay, and then I can be sure these are going to fold flat for me. Yeah. This one, yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is build this little box section, and you can see the adhesive needs to be between the end section and the back of the window sheet here. So we're going to do that on each side. I'll just use my liquid glue, and because because you want it to fold flat, I recommend building it flat. So see what I'm doing? I'm just folding that right over on itself. So I've got 2 sections showing, and I had 2 folded under to create that nice, perfect box section. Okay, so let's do the same thing here. So just, pay attention so that when you're folding it, I'm just going to fold the 2 sections over just like that. Okay, and make sure they fold flat. Actually, they're going to go, one's going to go out, one's going to kind of fold in when the card is folded. And then you have that front section ready to mount onto the back section. Now, to keep the dimensions kind of nice, I know Terry had developed this from a larger card size, and she wanted to make it something reasonable for 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch card. When this folds down, there is a 1/8 inch overlap down at this end where the fold sticks out over the end. Okay, so it still fits nicely in an envelope, and we have really easy dimensions that we've been working with: 4 by 4 squares, a 4 1/4 square focal point. So I thought that was worth mentioning. This doesn't fold flat so that the edges match up, but it is centered on the card base. Okay, so to create this, okay, we need to glue this to the card base. And as you can see, this will fold either one way or the other. So from the overhead view, you can see this better. You can either carefully add your adhesive on these ends and put this together in 3D. Or since I like to construct things flat, usually, I'm going to lay this down and just make sure I have the right distance here. And the distance I need from this edge to where the fold attaches to the card back is 5/8 inch. Okay, so I'm just going to lay one of these quilting rulers. The horizontal lines here are at 1/8 inch. So if I lay that down here and I'm at 5/8 inch on these horizontal marks, I can put this in place right here and build this flat instead of trying to do it as 3D. Now, if you like to do it 3D, you can. Just make sure this is all kind of trued up, and when you put it together, you just do it very carefully and center it. Okay, I'll show you the way I'm talking about, though, with just the measurement and a little liquid glue so that you can slip it to where you want it to be is always handy. Okay, so I'm going to see how this folds down. I'm going to make sure my pieces are folding that way. And when I put this down, like I said, I need I need a 5/8 inch dimension down at the end here. You could also line it up on your grid paper and find those dimensions if that's easier. I use this quilting ruler all the time. I really love it. Okay. So, actually, this sticks out this way. Okay, do you see what I did there? I had that folded the wrong way. Okay, so that folds there. And then the other side needs to also be ready to attach. So I'm going to put this down and make sure the other one is folded so that the glue is hitting the card base. You know, the little boxes are folded and flattening the same direction. And then you have created that fold, and you know it's all flat and it'll pop up. And this side will also be 5/8 inch from the end to the fold. Okay, so just be careful when you lay these down that you've got one of those glued sections to the, you know, like outside of the window area, and the other one is folding under the window area. Okay, so just make sure you're looking at it like this ahead of time so you know which way you're doing that. All right, before you attach. Okay, and then just the fun part of decorating. So like I said, I've already got these boot pieces ready. I'm going to glue the stems to the boots. This set is really adorable. That's kind of like a paper pumpkin set that we had a few years ago with rain boots. And I just love it. I'm going to add the tulips here. And here, while I'm here, I will attach my greeting pieces together. And I'm going to glue the boots and the tulips down. Here, does anyone have an opinion? They like the bigger window better? There's that. And I have the greeting popped up. Now, you want to be careful if you're going to fold this and put it in an envelope. You do need to stay within the boundary of this end line here, like the front of this fold. If you're folding this way, the tulips here could have stuck out like they do on my original sample, because when folded they would still fit in the envelope. But be careful. You know, one side or the other is going to be folded to its limit, and you need to make sure that the focal point is all like within the fold in that case. So, all right, then just the gems here. These cute little in color square gems. Let's see, I use a green one. Yeah, let's use a big green one. And I love my pink one in the window. Okay, so that's cute. And then I have from the fan baker's twine, this is from the sports set, I have two 9-inch lengths of Misty Moonlight twine. to attach. I'm just going to make a little easy bow. Fan these out a little bit. This is a nice weight of twine to make a substantial little bow like this. And then I'm going to grab a glue dot. Put that right down there. Okay, maybe trim the ends just a little. All right, so super cute. I love this 3D nature, the 3D nature of this, and just the fact that it's so sturdy then when you pop up and display it. You can see how that is, and you've got some space on the back there. So yeah, I hope you'll give that a try. I'm going to make this in my live on Wednesday night, tomorrow night, the 23rd, and I have been inspired to do it with the tulip paper, so I'll try a different design. You might want to check my website, buckeyeinklings.com, if you want to see the picture when I get that one made. But other than that, thanks so much for joining me. I hope to see you again soon. I'll try to come back when I can, like I said. Thanks for bearing with me. I just had just a little bit going on in life that came first. So I'd like to very much get back to the creative part. That's probably the most fun in my Stampin' Up! Business. And hopefully we'll be seeing you more regularly within the next couple of months. Okay, thanks guys. Have a great day.